Sharon got knocked up, tried to hide it from her parents. Put off the procedure because see she was embarrassed. Pleaded, doctor help me. At 8 months it isn't worth it, but baby Molly's healthy. Sharon died there in the stirrups.
Now Oxford was a slick talker, slippery as an eel. Watches in his trench coat, he'd give your ass a deal. Like to play with shiny things, stole some shiny wheels. Then the owner pulled a shiny thing and spilled his final meal.
Blaine was quite vain for his age, very matter of fact. Even had a job sweeping shop for the haberdash. Wanted the perfect tan on his boat by the river. When they pulled him out the water,
this
said,
is one crispy critter.
June and Jim went camping, got lost in the forest. Heard a howl in the wind and wandered off with no torches. Climbed into a cave when they were drowning by the warmth. And now the wolf is sleeping fatter than a hog. Here's the chorus. I've had to bury some imaginary friends.
When all is said and done, it doesn't matter, they pretend.
So I'm spilling out my snifter every January 10th.
Just to let him know that I was right there at the very end.
Edmund had a pen pal, Delilah Roche. Sent her a proposal with a lilac bouquet. By the time it got there, she was lying in a cold grave. And he waited for her answer till he died of old age.
Randall was a handful, always walked to school with wet hair. Mom said, you'll catch a death of cold before you get there. But he was smiling at his desk when the teacher called his name. Matthew played with matches and that school went up in flames.
Klaus went spelunking down into a live volcano.
Sam got salmonella from some old expired mayo.
My man Magnus accidentally drank a half pint of Drano.
Betsy flew her kite into an F5 tornado.
Peter went missing on a cold Christmas Eve. Discovered next winter when they had the chimney clean.
Claire took the dare and trick-or-treated the Connor house. Now her bones are in the garden and the story lives on, I'm out.
I've had to bury some imaginary friends.
When all is said and done, it doesn't matter, they pretend.
So I'm spilling out my snifter every January 10th.
Just to let them know that I was right there at the very end.
Who is this guy anyhow? You look delicious. Wait a second, get away from me, you hulking creep. Vincent, can you stop me, please?
You have to admit you do look tasty.
I'll tune in next week when our topic for discussion will be,
I'm a bit of a devil, but I do love frog's legs.
Daddy says everything's gonna get better.
What does Jody look like?
She's nice. She tells me things too.
Yeah, like what does she tell you?
She tells me about the little boy who used to live in my room. He got hurt and died.
What is going on, everybody? It's MrAeroHD here. We are back with, I almost said personal products. Build a Drift to Kill It. This week, we got another flight distance tune. This one is Imaginary Friends. Again, couldn't be more thankful. I'm going to be seeing a lot more flight distance on the channel. Just really talented guys. I'm surprised they're not signed. It sounds like a professionally produced and professionally made record. I'm not even a hip-hop guy. You know, I'm not huge into hip-hop, and there's such a positive response last time. So go pick up the album. At least let them know on Twitter that I sent you and that you guys appreciate what they do. That's the least that I ask of you if you like the tune. Anyways, on to the more pressing matters at hand. This is the Mercedes-Benz C63 AMG Black Series. This is one of the cars I did on Forza 5 that I ended up liking quite a bit. I wasn't even wanted to do this week. I wanted to do the 2JZ swap on one of the M5s, BMWs, the older ones. But I guess for whatever reason, I don't know why they're doing it right now, but turn 10 is, this was stupid. Just ignore this. But I have to rewind because I fucking missed a checkpoint. But turn 10 was sending out some cars while I was recording this. This is a Monday night. They sent out a Veneno and this. So I got in this. I was waiting for my capture stuff to reinstall because I was having problems. I don't know why, but I was having issues with it. And I was like, I don't absolutely don't know what happened there. My thumb came off the thumbstick. But I was like, I wonder what this car feels like to drive. So I went out and drove it, and I was like, okay, this engine sounds way too good. So this is the 6.3 liter V8. There's no engine swap here, and I'm just gonna let you guys listen to it as I come off this corner here. That is mean. That is, I haven't heard another V8 in a Forza game for a long time sound like that. The last one I can remember is probably the Morgan Aero Super Sports or the Morgan Aero SS from Forza 4 that kind of maybe sounded like that, but this thing sounds like on a whole nother level. I've never heard an engine sound angry before in a video game. So top marks, you know, not like I really need to say it, but top marks to the sound designers there. This thing sounds phenomenal, and it handles fairly well. I chose to do a weird thing. It definitely was capable of the stock amount of horsepower, 5 something. I could have just used a little bit, upped it to 600-ish. Through the tires I was originally going to put on here, which was 305s or 315s, I don't remember, and then like 285s in the front, and this thing would have been a grip monster, would have had no problems. But I wanted it supercharged. Why? I'm not quite sure. So I threw on a big supercharger and it upped it to 650 horsepower. That way I was kind of stuck with the tire and the tire width, so I had to use stock tires, which luckily for me were sport tires anyways. And then the stock width, so I wasn't sure if this thing was going to be good or not, and it is good. It's exactly what you'd expect, you know. It's tail happy, it feels amazing. This actually, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a brand new car. It feels like maybe like an older M3 or something, but with the gnarly V8 in it. My only real complaint here is the gearbox, and it's a 7-speed. So maybe it's just going to take me some time to learn how to tune with 7 speeds, because I just looked at it and I'm like, oh god, you know, usually I just kind of tweak my final drive in between like a certain number. Usually starts off at 3.30, and I usually go up or down depending on what I think the engine's going to need. But I just looked at this and went, I don't know, and I had to use a little graph on the right, which isn't known, sick backies, mate, which isn't known for being accurate, so I just kind of had to guess, and I guessed wrong. So it's definitely going to need some gearage tuning, which I will do before I post this tune, like I do with every tune I post on the Ubternet, on the Intertube. But you know, it sounds phenomenal and handles great. Got a lot of power. The only issue is just the gears, which I'm going to work on right now, actually, before I post this car. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel. We just crossed 23,000 subscribers, which is cool. If you have any suggestions for next week, I may just do the 2JZ BMW, but if not, please leave them in the description below, and I'll be glad to take a look at them. So thanks, guys, and I'll see you later. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I also have a Facebook and a Twitter. For those links, be sure to check out the description box below.